Welcome back to the Express of the Vancouver International Boat Show. We're going to catch a big old boat for today's road trip segment, taking you to one of the famous surf spots on Vancouver Island, the beaches of Tofino, where you can catch some of the best waves in the winter.
Quality Assured Collision Road Trip is brought to you by Quality Assured Collision Services and our network of 18 auto body shops across BC.
Today's road trip takes us to the Pacific Rim National Park, as west as you can get on Vancouver Island. It's about 3 hours from Nanaimo.
You've probably heard that old island brag that you can ski and golf here on the same day. Well, surfing should be added to that list. Tofino is the place to be, and Storm is your first stop.
Alistair Fernie opened Storm in 1997. He says his role, along with the rest of the Storm family, is to be ambassadors for the sport of surfing.
You would think that when you came in here, you'd see 16-year-olds to 25-year-olds. Most of our customers are between the age of 25 and 40. And they're people who are doing crossover from skiing or snowboarding into surfing or other extreme sports. What shocks people who come here who don't know anything about surfing is the equipment, how fragile a surfboard is. It also shocks them and it surprises them that they can go out in the water when it's below zero, and that's thanks to the technology of new wetsuits. And at the end of the day, what really surprised them how hard surfing is.
There's even a surfing team here at Storm, ambassadors who embrace, embody, and then promote the spirit of surfing. Peter DeVries is the longest standing member on the Storm surf team.
There we go.
He grew up on the beaches here in Tofino, and he's known as Canada's best technical surfer.
I love surfing here. For me, it's all about the changes in environment. Obviously, with surfing, you have waves that are changing every day. It doesn't matter where you surf; it's always going to be different. But here we get such unique weather conditions, crazy storms that blow through that I love to surf in because you're usually alone in those kind of conditions. And then we have small summertime days, you know, nice and sunny sometimes, snowing, raining, hailing. We kind of have a mixed bag of everything here. And that's what makes it unique and exciting.
We came here to surf because, yeah, I heard it was like a good place to surf. So, yeah, just to check it out.
Today was awesome. There's really nice waves today.
So whether you're inspired to head out and catch a wave yourself or take it all in from the solidity of shore, Tofino and the beaches here are world class.
It's very healing.
I just think it's kind of relaxing. I mean, there's nothing really like Tofino. The ocean and the people are so friendly and the atmosphere. It's just great.
The people are just so friendly and you can connect to them in this sense. It's such a good vibe and spirit.
It makes you feel like a child. The beauty and the waves, everything is literally awesome.
I think it's exciting because you never know what the ocean's going to bring you. You see a wave coming in and you don't know how it's going to break, don't know what's going to happen. It's always exciting when there's a lot of people in the water because you get to see a lot of wipeouts and you know, you see guys ripping, you see guys that can barely surf, and it's really easy to be a spectator. You don't have to pay, you just come show up at the beach and find out where the surfers are and just come and watch for free.
Call it crazy, call it cool, call it whatever you want. Just don't be assuming that surfing is a warm weather, blue water, white sand sport. Whether you come here for the surf or to soak up the atmosphere, Tofino is an awesome winter destination. On Chesterman Beach in the Pacific Rim National Park, I'm Kate Bergen for Quality Assured Collisions Road Trip.
Quality Assured Collision Road Trip has been brought to you by Quality Assured Collision Services and our network of 18 auto body shops across BC.
For updated Tofino surf and weather reports, along with blog chatter, you can go to magicseaweed.com. They have all the beaches of Tofino, Long Beach, and also Jordan River on the south of the island. Now on the Express, we go from the water to weddings. Forget that famous saying from Marie Antoinette and that folklore of putting cake under your pillow. Turns out there are some people who would rather eat pie than cake. And on today's Wedding Bells segment, we're going to find out how the little bride and groom fare on top of a 5-tiered wedding pie.
Hi, I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are the Wedding Bells.
I just got engaged.
And I did not. We're on an adventure to plan the big day. A new trend at weddings is pie for the dessert. Sarah loves pie and trends, so we met up with Teresa, owner of Sweet Teas.
what if we could have a pie that looked like a cake?
It's less expensive, is that true?
It can be, but you can definitely make it just as pricey as cake.
Businesswoman. And Teresa put us to our first test right away. Okay, Sarah and I are going to have a contest to see who can write down the most number of pies in 1 minute.
Ready, set, go.
Oh my gosh, I can't even read my own writing.
Oh, yes.
2, 1. Oh, you're done.
That's raspberry.
Steak and kidney, pecan, buttermilk pie.
You said pecan twice.
No, I didn't.
Ham, leek, and cider. I looked in the book.
Oh, so she cheated.
Well, I had chicken pot pie.
11, 12, 13. I won by 1. Sarah may have lost by 1 on the pie fillings, but she's always a winner when it comes to the fun facts.
Pie actually originated in Europe.
It was the original Tupperware, as I understand it. Like that's how they carried food to everybody's house.
And then we got to enjoy Teresa's hard work.
You're getting crumbs. She's getting crumbs down my shirt.
And then I admitted, I have never made a pie. Ever.
I learned at like 13, 14.
So we decided.
You're gonna roll out your own pie.
And then I baked a pie in high school once in home ec that was so pretty, they got the principal to come down and look at it and taste it.
Okay, Sarah. Now that was it. The contest was on.
But the faster you work, the better your pie usually turns out.
Really?
Why is that?
Because you don't warm it up with your hands.
Ready?
And you're armed with your
May the best woman win. Yours is a Pac-Man. Mine is like a killer whale.
Flour.
Flour me.
So you just place it in and you kind of push it in the center.
Part of the beauty of a pie is in its imperfections.
Anything tastes better when it's made with love.
Watch your fingers.
This is so Martha.
So Teresa. 4 and 20 blackbirds baked in a pie. Yeah. What is the next line?
Wasn't there somebody who stuck the thumb in a pie and...
Yes. Thank goodness we aren't school teachers. But it looks like I may be able to bake pies for Sarah's wedding.
I think Aubrey won.
2-0.
It's not my day today.
And the verdict was...
I may have a pie for my wedding, but Aubrey's not invited to make it. Great alternative to cake, I think.
It's great. I learned a lot about pies. Now what?
Now I gotta clean up.
And we're leaving.
For Shaw TV, we're the Wedding Bells.
Next week on The Express, we'll explore another wedding trend, the mini moon. So instead of a honeymoon, newlyweds are going for little weekend getaways. Now stay with us. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we're talking space and style.
Up next on The Express.
Let's say this is the planet Venus.
Planet Venus revealed.
Venus is the brightest object in the night sky aside from the moon.
The amount of money and time that they've had to spend to create the boat that I want to create is pretty crazy.
Jason Dussault's new custom creation. The Express. This is your local voice.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by
Hairstyling and color services for Shaw TV, provided by the Lounge Hair Studio. LoungeHairStudio.com.
Got a dream? Then make it a reality.
And we're going coast to coast right across this whole country because we're looking for the next urban star. We're looking for rappers, R&B singers, and reggae artists all across the country. We want to find out if you got what it takes to be the next urban star.
You can win a record deal and distribution with Fontana North and shoot a music video. Urban Star 2011 is coming to Shaw TV to a city near you. Register now at urbanstarcontest.com.
Welcome back to The Express at the Vancouver International Boat Show. With me, two fairly famous faces here in Vancouver, but I'm a little confused because I think of like awesome hoodies. I don't think of custom designed towboats.
Well, you know, I've tried to collaborate on all sorts of things. You know, we just finished a $250,000 pair of jeans for charity, and you know, this boat is worth $150,000, and we're hoping to raise as much money as we can for the Canucks Children's Hospice and also for Make-A-Wish.
The winner of the whole deal here is the fact that money's going to go back into Canuck Place and the Wish Foundation, and it's only going to benefit the people that are in need, and hopefully put some smiles on people's faces. You know.
world's a canvas. If you can use a boat, a pair of jeans, I actually like to design a toilet plunger. I mean, anything.
What do you think? A toilet plunger? Yeah. What would you like to see him design? Maybe some custom hockey stick?
Well, it's funny you talk about that. I think you'd mentioned that at lunch that he was thinking about getting into that. But no, this is great. I mean, when he called me up to come help him out with this, and we've been friends for quite a while now, since he's launched his line, basically.
It's a real win-win situation, and I designed a boat.
The boat is being auctioned off on the last day of the Vancouver International Boat Show. That's February 13th to the highest bidder. And as they said, partial proceeds are going to Canuck Place and the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Now, I think that this towboat is probably the biggest star of this year's show. But speaking of stars, did you know one of the brightest stars in the sky is actually a planet? We find out more at the H.R. MacMillan Space Center.
Well, hello there, and welcome to another edition of our science segment here on the Express. Raminder and I get a lot of questions on our Twitter feed, which is Ask an Astronomer, and they tweet us with a really common question, which is, what is that bright star in the morning or in the evening? What is that bright star in the sky? And Raminder, you're actually here to tell us that it's not a star all.
No, it's most of the time it's just the planet Venus.
Now, most people think, oh, okay, so it's not a star, it's Venus. But we know that stars give off light, but I've been told, of course, that planets don't give off their own light. So what is the light that is coming off of Venus?
So Venus is just reflecting sunlight. It's got a very thick layer of clouds, and we're seeing the light reflecting from those clouds.
Have we ever been down to the surface of Venus?
So the Russians have actually they sent a few probes, and they landed on the surface. They survived for a few minutes, and they were able to take a handful of pictures, and that's about it.
Right.
And what we know from the surface is that it's very, very hot. It's hotter than your oven.
Wow, okay.
And it rains acid, so it's not a very friendly place.
So is there a way that you could demonstrate the reflective capabilities of the cloud cover on Venus? What would you need?
So basically we just need something bright and shiny.
Oh, because I have this disco ball from my office. Would that actually work?
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Awesome. Okay, so let's say this is the planet Venus. The cloud cover actually acts as a reflective surface.
Yeah, exactly.
As a mirror. Now that would be in comparison to, say, another planet that didn't have as much cloud cover. You would still see a reflection of that light, but it wouldn't actually bounce it back in the same way that Venus does.
Exactly. And because of this, Venus is the brightest object in the night sky aside from the moon. And Venus, when it's close, is over 15 times brighter than the brightest star.
Wow. So, and again, that's why a lot of the questions that we get here is what exactly is that bright object in the night sky? And again, 9 times out of 10, I'm answering Venus. So there's 2 things you can take away from this. 1, now you know what that bright object in the night sky is. And 2, when you see it, put on your favorite disco music and just dance your booty off. Because really, I mean, that's all it is. It's just like this giant celestial disco ball in the sky, which I think is pretty cool. Excellent. From the H.R. MacMillan Space Center for the Express, I'm Cam Cronin.
I'm Raminder Samra.
And you know what? If the music's playing, you better be moving.
Boogie down, boogie fever.
So we learned that the only thing brighter than Venus at night is the moon. But exactly how bright is Venus? If you know that answer, be the first correct emailer now. Express contest at shaw.ca, and you'll win a family pass to the H.R. MacMillan Space Center. Now it's time now in the Express for our spotlight on local events. Spend an afternoon with free entertainment, demonstrations, and plenty of activities at Deer Lake Park. Culture Blast will bring together the community spirit through creative arts and culture. Check out one of Shakespeare's all-time favorites at Studio 58 at Langara College. This hilarious comedy tells the story of 2 sets of identical twins accidentally separated at birth. Ballet BC's performance of Volo presents a mix of premier ballet performances. International critics have described the performances as lush, profound dances that are solid and inventive. Plus, the Vancouver International Boat Show runs to February 13th at 2 locations, here at the Vancouver Convention Centre and also at the False Creek Yacht Club. And that's it for today's Express. We're going to leave you with the work of local artist Leanne Lane, and we'll see you next time.